Good morning and happy Wednesday. I'm Kara Rucker. The Supreme Court is taking up a case today that will determine how much control state legislatures have over federal elections. But first, results from the Georgia runoff. This is your morning update aimed down the middle with Straight Arrow News.
It is my honor to utter the four most powerful words ever spoken in a democracy. The people have spoken.
Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock has defeated his Republican challenger Herschel Walker in the Georgia runoff election. While Democrats already had control of the Senate, Warnock's win gives his party an outright 51-49 majority. While the 2022 midterm election is now at a close after last night's results, the landscape of future elections will be debated among the Supreme Court today. Today, the highest court will discuss a controversial legal theory. It declares state legislatures have the final say-so in how to conduct elections, including redistricting inside their states. As it stands today, state courts can strike down a state legislature's proposed redistricting map. That's what happened in North Carolina. State legislatures redrew the lines, but state courts then threw it out. Republican lawmakers sued. It's now up to the Supreme Court to decide whether state lawmakers have the highest authority or whether oversight is warranted. The ruling won't only affect a legislature's power over redistricting, it could reshape many aspects of the election process.
Former president's companies now stand convicted of crimes that is consequential.
Two companies within the Trump organization have been found guilty of criminal tax fraud. The organization faces a possible fine of up to $1.6 million. Top executives were accused of manipulating the books to avoid paying personal income taxes on what they considered write-offs, such as apartments and cars. Former President Trump was not on trial. The organization's former finance chief had already pled guilty to tax crimes prior to yesterday's ruling. China's communist leader Xi Jinping will be arriving in Saudi Arabia today. Just 5 months after Saudi leaders met with President Biden, they now welcome America's adversary for talks on economy and security. China's visit is seen as a historic meeting between the two sides, a sign the two countries who share authoritative regimes could enhance a partnership. The U.S. and Saudi Arabia have long shared an understanding, but they've recently been at odds over Saudi Arabia's cut to oil production. We told you yesterday that airlines are looking to cut emissions, but the price of the transition to cleaner energy will fall on customers. If you missed that report, it's on our website, straightarrownews.com. A new law announced today puts new pressure on airlines to make that transition happen faster. The European Union took a vote in the early hours today, deciding airlines will now have to pay when their planes produce too much pollution in Europe. It adds new pressure to the transportation sector to shift away from fossil fuels. Not an easy task based on the amount of power needed for large aircrafts to make long flights. Remember when San Francisco agreed for its police to add robots to its force? Never mind, says the city officials in a drastic U-turn decision after public outcry. The reversal comes just 1 week after the board voted 8-3 to approve the use of robots only in extreme situations. Now, in another 8-3 vote, the board says they changed their mind, siding with protesters screaming for a stop to killer robots. Thank you so much for joining Straight Arrow News this morning, where we strive to bring you journalism without agenda. I'm Kara Rucker from the heartland of America. Have a great day.